Welcome back to another clay video. Today we are going to create Lumalee from the Super Mario Bros. Movie. When the movie first came out, I 3D printed this. 3D printing's cool and all, but you pretty much just push a button and it does it for you. So I want to make this with clay. The bulk of this creation is going to be made with golden clay. I kind of like how this gold clay has a bunch of natural swirls in it. After some basic etching around the edges, let's make a nice long worm to circle around the top. I tried to match as closely as possible the details from the 3D printed model, which I feel like in turn is almost exactly the model from the movie. This is going to be the very top of the cage where we have the handle. Now, a cool feature about the 3D printed one is that the chain is flexible. It can move however you want. I want to recreate this with clay, and I think that it's possible. If my theory is correct, after we bake this, we'll be able to separate these little sections and they'll be able to move around very nicely like a real chain. First, let's make some indentations of where these bars are going to be. Then we can remove them and set them aside. This little lock is a tiny detail that I almost forgot to make, but it's also very important because without it, you can't keep them inside of the cage. The fact that Lumas come from Super Mario Galaxy makes me really excited that the next movie may have Rosalina. Rosalina is definitely one of my favorite Nintendo characters. Let's throw this in the oven for a quick bake. And we can take some blue clay and start creating Lumalee. This character is star-shaped, which naturally gives quite a challenge, but it's a much easier type of star to create. Instead of one point at the top, we split it in half and separate it into two little sections, which I like to think of as Lumalee's hair. Next, we can add on some arms, and our basic star shape is complete, but in order to make sure the arms can hold on to the bars, I've gently pressed them into them and then removed Lumalee from the cage. If we're very careful, his arms should stay in the same position after baking. I always have this debate in my head whether I should indent where the eyes and mouth are gonna go or just slap them right on the face. I think the conclusion is, it doesn't really matter that much. Anyway, Lumalee is ready to get baked. After a nice little breakdancing session, let's glue them into the cage. After that, we can add on the top, and that is our final details. So here it is, Lumalee from the Super Mario Bros. Movie. As you can see, the chain is actually very flexible, so mission accomplished. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.